Welcome back to Bike Beat. The story of the 2025 Honda Hornet 2.0 is also about Honda's understanding of what younger riders want in the 180 to 200 cubic centimeters space. For years, this segment has been the sweet spot between affordability and aspiration. Commuter bikes are cheaper, but lack style and performance. Bigger bikes deliver thrill but shoot up in price and running costs. The Hornet 2.0 arrives right in that balance zone, offering looks that feel premium, performance that's adequate for both city fun and short tours, and a price tag that doesn't feel impossible. The engine character is worth lingering on. It isn't about headline horsepower. Honda has tuned it to be friendly and confidence-building. When you twist the throttle at low RPMs in the city, it responds smoothly. The linear power curve means beginners won't feel intimidated, but experienced riders can still extract fun by revving it out. Vibration levels are controlled at mid-range, though, yes, as speed climbs, especially past 90 to 100 km per hour, the lack of a sixth gear means the engine sounds busier than you might want. Still, for overtakes or weaving through traffic, the torque is right there, accessible and predictable. The gearbox action is light, shifts are crisp, and clutch feel is comfortable. In traffic, this matters a lot. You aren't fighting the machine to find neutral or getting stuck between gears. The slipper clutch, if available in your variant, is not just a marketing line. It really helps keep the rear wheel from hopping under aggressive downshifts, and the lighter lever action means less hand fatigue during long city commutes. Honda's chassis work has always been solid, and the Hornet 2.0 continues that tradition. The diamond-type frame keeps things rigid but not overly harsh. Combine that with the USD forks and monoshock, and you get a ride that communicates the road without shaking your bones loose. Entering corners, the front feels planted, the bike leans predictably, and mid-corner corrections are easy. For most everyday riders who want something fun on twisty backroads but safe in the city, this strikes a good balance. Braking deserves praise too. The large front disc combined with the rear disc and ABS keeps things in check. Even emergency stops feel controlled. Lever progression isn't razor-sharp like on higher-end performance bikes, but for this class it's reliable and inspires confidence. Add in the grip from the 140-section rear tire, and you rarely feel the bike stepping out of line. On the design side, the Hornet 2.0 is unapologetically modern. The sharp cuts, the tank shrouds, the edgy headlamp all contribute to a bike that looks more powerful than it actually is. Many riders in this category want that visual aggression, that Streetfighter attitude, and Honda nails it. Even when parked, the stance makes it look like it belongs to a class above. This styling is not accidental. Honda has studied what appeals to the younger crowd and delivered. The digital instrument console is another highlight. Clear fonts, logical layout, and the addition of a gear position indicator mean no more guessing mid-ride. If your variant includes Bluetooth connectivity, navigation assistance can really make commutes simpler. It may not be the full-blown turn-by-turn system you get on expensive adventure tourers, but even basic directions reduce the need to check your phone. The charging socket is practical, keeping your phone alive for maps or music during longer trips. Ergonomics on this bike are carefully thought through. The rider triangle, the relationship between the handlebars, foot pegs, and seat, keeps you slightly leaned forward but not cramped. You feel sporty but still comfortable for commutes. Taller riders don't feel folded up, shorter riders can still flatfoot or at least tiptoe comfortably, thanks to the reasonable seat height. Long rides are possible without much back strain, though as always, brakes help. Pillion comfort is acceptable, with a decently padded seat and grab rails, though extended 2-up touring will reveal the limitations of a compact naked bike. Running costs remain one of Honda's strongest arguments. Not only does the Hornet 2.0 sip fuel lightly, but maintenance is straightforward. Honda's service network is vast in many markets, especially in India and South Asia. Spare parts are easily available, and regular servicing doesn't burn a hole in the pocket. This reliability and low-hassle ownership add invisible value. A flashy competitor might look tempting, but when you calculate long-term expenses, the Hornet's practicality shines. Market positioning is also interesting. The Hornet 2.0 sits just above Honda's daily commuters like the Unicorn and Shine, but below full-blown sport offerings. That's clever. Riders who outgrow basic commuters often want something with more style and presence, but they're not ready for high-priced performance bikes. The Hornet fills that gap. It appeals to college students, young professionals, and even seasoned riders who want a secondary bike that's light and fun. When compared to rivals, the Hornet 2.0 holds its ground. Against the Yamaha MT-15, it may not have the same raw power or sixth-gear advantage, but it counters with more comfort and better ride quality. Against the Bajaj Pulsar N-Series, it brings Honda reliability and refinement. Against Suzuki's Gixxer 250, it costs less while still offering respectable performance. This competitive positioning is part of its strength. It doesn't aim to outgun every rival but rather to offer a balanced, reliable choice. Even small touches like the hazard light switch, the quality of the seat stitching, the paint finishes on the tank all contribute to the feeling that Honda paid attention. The company knows this bike is often a first or second big purchase for its buyers, and that ownership pride matters as much as specs. That's why you'll see many riders spending extra to add frame sliders, custom exhausts, or decals, making the Hornet their own. The price, as mentioned earlier, is carefully calculated. At around Indian rupee 1.57 or 1.58 lakh ex-showroom in India and around PKR 592,500 in Pakistan, it isn't the cheapest, but Honda knows buyers in this bracket are willing to stretch a little for style and features. The real-world on-road price after taxes and registration climbs higher, but still undercuts many larger bikes. It is aspirational, yet within reach. The bike also carries that intangible Honda reliability tag. Owners know they're buying into a brand that generally doesn't leave them stranded. From smooth engines to long-lasting components, Honda machines tend to age gracefully. That trust factor alone sells many Hornets, especially in markets where spare parts and repair convenience matter as much as initial purchase price. In everyday use, the Hornet 2.0 shines brightest. Zipping through traffic, finding gaps, overtaking buses, rolling off the throttle at signals, slipping into parking spots. It feels light, agile, and easy to control. Add to that the aggressive styling and you end up with a bike that looks fast even when it's standing still. It satisfies both the practical rider and the one who wants to show off just a little. All of this comes together in a package that doesn't try to be the most extreme, but instead tries to be the most complete. The 2025 Honda Hornet 2.0 is about balance. Balance of style and substance, balance of performance and economy, balance of comfort and sportiness. For riders who live in this middle ground, not beginners, not hardcore racers, but everyday enthusiasts, the Hornet 2.0 is a bike that makes sense.